So what is the concept of power versus force, and how does it apply to our life? So there's a beautiful book, one of my favourites, and it was written by Dr David Hawkins, and it's called Power versus Force. The key premise of the book is about our levels of frequency and our levels of consciousness, which are expressed in frequency, and how when we are in the lower levels of consciousness, we are forcing the world to try and bend to our will. We're acting from what is known as force. This is when we're going through space and time to try to create a result. And I guess the way I would describe it is, imagine you're going along a river. Instead of taking the bends of the river, you are trying to cut a path in a very straight line. It's a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of energy. And as soon as you stop the effort, the water's going to go back to where it came from. It's going to try and go the course again. So force is not permanent. It's hard work, and it will get us through to our goals, but in a very slow, hard way. So we might set a goal saying we want to have a certain car, and it might take us 10 years to get there using force, which is the traditional way of achieving a goal. I'm going to set a goal and I'm going to save and work really hard until I achieve it. Whereas power is a higher level of frequency, it's a higher level of consciousness. When we're coming from power, we're going with the flow of the river. We are allowing life to happen through us. And in that state, life happens for us, not to us. So we're not in a victim mentality. We're not in a level of frequency that makes us feel like we're separate from which we desire. So we're not trying to force an outcome. We're allowing it to happen, and it happens in a beautiful way. So for me, power versus force is all about going with the flow. Being in that generous present moment, understanding that this is a friendly universe that I live in, and everything is for me, not to me. And even the adverse events, things that may have seemed difficult, are happening for a reason. They're happening for higher learning, they're happening for growth, they're happening for me. And when we go with the flow in that way, adversity becomes less of an issue. We have a lot less stress in our life, and we are able to take a higher perspective on things. So for me, something happens, I'll take a step back. It's like being in a helicopter and think, now, why is this happening right now? What is this lesson here to teach me? What can I learn from this experience? And that's a much more enabling view than, oh my goodness, something bad is really happening to me right now. So try having more power in your life. Instead of surrendering to fear and scarcity and forcing the world to bend at your will, use a bit of power. And the great news is power wins over force. Power is permanent. We create a permanent wave with power that we cannot create with force. So you think of all the wars that are happening in the world at the moment, all of negative politics, they are all coming from the low frequency and the low level of consciousness of force. If we are in our power, and with a lot of power in our heart energy, and in feeling inner peace, we will prevail. We just have to stay in that energy, because that energy is permanent and it's higher. It's a higher frequency. So love and blessings to you, and I hope that was helpful.